Good morning.
Bridget has jizz in her.
I did say that. I didn't mean it. It's like you need your caffeine, and I didn't say I need some caffeine in me. I accidentally said I need to get some jizz in me. Wow. It's been quite a morning, and I am tired.
Yeah, you were a party animal.
I was partying hardy last night at She's Crafty. And if you don't know, look them up. Chicago's all-female Beastie Boys tribute / cover band.
Yeah.
They're amazing. Lots of high kicks. Lots of good stuff. I did almost get into a bar brawl, but that's just me.
With Portia?
No. With a dude.
Oh yeah, because it's always a dude.
Oh yeah. And he was like, "Don't touch me." And it was not my finest moment, but it wasn't his either. Listen, I'm gonna call into play a lot of Tanya Harding today, and I'm gonna say it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. Oh my God. So it's sports movies.
Sports, which is not my favorite genre, usually.
I know. And we, no, me neither. But we didn't actually pick, normal sports. It's not football. It's not basketball. So
yeah,
we went.
Baseball's pretty.
Baseball. Yeah.
Is as the trivia we went to. I think they would include baseball.
Yes.
In one of the main sports.
Fucking Air Bud. That was the worst. That was a trick trivia question.
Yeah. Listeners, weigh in on this. Okay. So.
Yes.
The question was, what sport do you not see Air Bud play in any of the Air Bud movies? 5 Air Bud movies. Yeah. First 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, what sport do you not see him play? Well, that is a very open-ended question. If you name any sport he hasn't played on screen, then it should be right.
Right. It was the first question of the night.
Yeah.
I completely laughed when they said it, and we answered in that realm.
Curling.
Somebody else said, jujitsu?
Yeah.
Come on. That should have been a point for everyone, but it wasn't. What was the answer?
Hockey.
And why?
She said it had to be one of the main sports. And I was like,
what's a main sport?
What does that mean?
Well, yeah. What's a main sport? Because I'll tell you what, my school didn't have baseball.
Yeah.
They didn't have wrestling. Mm-hmm. It was 2 sports and 2 sports only.
Yeah.
Curling and jujitsu.
Yes. As every rural Iowan participated in growing up.
Jeez. Do you want to start with the rural Iowa movie?
Let's start with that one. So I'll just read my summary because I think this is going to sum up how I'm going to talk about this movie.
Dryly.
This is exactly 25 words. The only reason to watch this movie is if you're from the area, so you can go, I recognize that, or that's not true.
Yeah.
Because the final season of the movie is made in 2007, and it is about a baseball team in small town Iowa that I happen to be from that area. So that's probably the only reason I know this movie got made.
Guster. He's going to be breathing hard today.
Yeah, it'll be all right. But what's weird is this is the same director as The Sandlot.
What?
You know that movie?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a classic. It's a very good movie.
Oh, yeah. We could have covered that movie.
And I'm like, wow.
Covered. It used very loosely.
How did they go from making The Sandlot to this piece of crap? But anyway, it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's really boring. But
oh God, that's yeah.
So my connections to the movie, I have a lot.
I wrote so boring.
It is so
in my
boring.
notes. Wow,
it's so bad. But so I went to this school, in elementary school. So the story is that this small town, Norway, in Iowa.
Yeah, where the fuck is Norway?
It's close to Cedar Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
So they have a baseball team that they have a history of having a really good baseball team, but they're a 1A school. They're really small, and they're going to get consolidated by the county school, which that's the only thing they changed is the name of the county school. So I'm wondering if they didn't agree to be in the movie because
Oh.
they're kind of portrayed as the bad guys here.
Yeah.
So I'm calling them out though. The real name of that high school is Benton Community, not Madison Community.
Okay.
But I went to Norway Elementary maybe a few years after the consolidation happened.
Okay.
Because this was 1991, so I would have been there like mid-90s.
Okay.
So that's the reason that I know this movie exists. I'm very glad it got consolidated because I really enjoy going to a 3A school over 1A.
Oh, sure. Well, my gosh, my school was consolidated 3 towns, and we were still 1A.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
That's like Joel's school, too. How many people did you have in graduating class?
Our graduating class was huge. 31.
And that was big for your age.
Huge. Like, I think 2 years before there were 9.
Wow. 9.
I mean, and our school had 150 people in it, but that was kindergarten
K through 12?
through 12.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say we were still good at football and basketball. And I think there might have been softball, but that was girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Whereas like our 3A school, I think 3A is a good size because we had like 400 or 500 kids in the high school. So like you kind of know everybody, or you do. You definitely like recognize everyone's face, but it's not like I only have 9 people in my grade.
Yeah.
Or you have like, you know, in the Cedar Rapids schools, you would have like 1,200 kids in your grade.
Right. I always wondered what that world would be like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't get to experience it all.
No.
You just get what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, you couldn't probably do like I went out for lots of sports, every music thing I could, multiple bands, like I did all of it. And I don't think you can do that in a bigger school. There's just, you can't be good enough at everything to get to participate.
Right.
Because they're, you know, they'll cut
competition.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was in everything too.
Yeah. So that's one, you know, benefit of growing up in rural Iowa as we did. So I have a few more connections.
Good.
Because I'm from the area, I knew some of the people in the movie because they asked the townspeople to come and be extras, but I never saw them. So I couldn't pick them out from the crowd, but I know some people that were in it. Tom Arnold, who is from Iowa, Ottumwa, Iowa, which is where I was born. And before me, my mom worked with him briefly
at the loose meat sandwiches.
Hormel meat packing plant.
At Hormel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this was before I was born, so 40 plus years ago. They weren't close or anything, but coworkers.
Oh come on!
Yeah, my mom used my mom used to date Tom Arnold. And Belle Plaine, where Sean Astin starts his coaching career in this movie, my aunt Sally, shout out to Sally,
Sally
taught biology there for like 30 plus years.
Oh wow!
He just retired like a year or two ago. So,
yeah.
Shout out to
biology. Thanks, Aunt Sally.
Yeah, Sally is a great teacher. She's still pretty involved in the school by like doing track meets and doing timing and stuff like that. So.
Woo! Coffee break. Let's talk about our beans.
Hey Bean Flickers, have you followed us yet? We are on Instagram and Facebook at Flickin' Beans Pod. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave us a review. Yeah. Anyway.
Tom Arnold. Yeah, he loves his Iowa. I was just referencing that loose meat sandwich.
Yeah, that was later when he was like married to Roseanne. Right?
And she was the superstar.
Yeah.
Which, anyway, I mean, he's the... It just made... And I wrote it somewhere in my notes. It's like, it's Iowa. Oh, here it is. Nothing exciting happens in Iowa, and even the drama is low-key.
Yeah. And the dialogue is so bad.
Yeah.
So they start out the movie, this is pretty early on. So Sean Astin, which by the way, I think I said on the podcast last week that it was Patton Oswalt. I get those two confused.
Oh, I do remember. It's
Sean Astin, not Patton Oswalt. Anyway, but I'm going to do a dramatic reading of Coach's speech at the beginning.
Please.
This is the classic head coach speech. Here, we're not the biggest or the fastest, even sometimes the best, but no one's got the fundamentals down like our boys. Every Little League coach within 50 miles of here is an ex-Norway player. It's like having our own minor league feeder. Oh, Norway baseball tradition is as rich as Iowa's soil. Oh, wow. We grow ball players like we do corn.
That's dumb. That was the coach?
That was the coach.
Oh, God.
It's like a series, and the way they edit it, it's these little pieces, you know.
Okay.
It's like it's all one section, but they're changing. Like they're sitting in a different spot. They're cleaning up something, whatever. So it's like a montage of him. I don't know if it's like one long conversation, or if I don't know. It's very bizarre. But he's not just sitting here saying that. It's like they're picking these quotes.
Okay.
For him, it's just weird, and like nobody from Iowa would say that for real.
No.
Even if you do literally grow corn, which a lot of these people in this community do.
Yeah.
But like, you wouldn't say that.
You don't talk about the corn.
No.
No. Yeah, you're right. That's just really weird.
Yeah, it's like somebody...
We aren't like...
You know who wrote this, but I don't think they're from Iowa. But maybe.
I don't know.
I should have looked it up.
Is it maybe for other... Well... It's for other people who aren't from Iowa. That's supposed to give them the feeling of Iowa.
Yeah.
And of course, all you see is corn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they did that baseball game recently at the Field of Dreams, which is in Iowa.
Oh, yes.
And the pro players were just like in awe, looking around. I mean, they're surrounded by cornfields. Uh-huh. It's so beautiful here.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, that's corn. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
And we talked about corn in that other movie. You cannot run shirtless through a cornfield.
Absolutely not.
You don't even want to run with a shirt on. No. You are going to get sliced up. This is why we don't talk about corn.
Yeah,
it is dangerous.
The only time it's acceptable to run through a cornfield is when you're running from the cops because you were out drinking on your friend's farm underage.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we all know that you can't run through a cornfield unless you were like a farm kid. You knew that, but if you didn't know that, you were partying on someone's farm, and then when the cops show up, you have to run away through the cornfield, and you're like, ah!
Yeah.
I'd rather get arrested.
Corn is really romanticized, though, in that way.
Yeah.
It is. It's like, you don't ever hear anybody talking about beans or oats.
Yeah.
We've got them, too. We've got a lot of beans.
So many soybeans. Well, they're not as pretty as the corn. The corn is like pretty in its own way.
Because
it's very tall and you can walk, you know, it's taller than you. That doesn't happen with a lot of plants that aren't trees.
And it makes a lot of sound.
Yeah.
Corn does.
It is like an ocean sound sometimes, kind of.
Honestly, yeah, if you didn't... Wow, I'm going to start like musing on corn now. This movie has changed me in many ways.
This is very unexpected.
It is.
That we're going, oh, maybe we don't appreciate the beauty in our own area. But it's just not that exciting because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But is that like...
I would like to listen to some corn right now, though.
If you said... if you were somewhere that you grew up on the ocean, for example, you wouldn't hear somebody go, oh, it's just like there's water everywhere.
Yeah, right.
But we say that about corn.
Yeah. There's water everywhere. I love it. But you know what, though? People do talk about the ocean in those romanticized ways.
Yeah.
You know, living on the beach. Imagine that, living on a beach vibe, but you're looking at your cornfield. Yeah. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
Amber waves of grain.
Mm-hmm.
That's not about corn.
No, we don't. It's wheat, right? We don't have wheat as much. That's more Kansas.
Yeah. Kansas.
Yeah.
They talk about their wheat. God. As the wheat grows, so do we.
we wave in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Like a field of wheat.
Like inflatable tube men.
It's very freeing.
It's so freeing. Oh my God. Yeah, this movie was terrible.
It was terrible. So a couple other things I wanted to point out that Iowans would never do is drive your Camaro with the top off when you're going down gravel roads.
Oh, hell no.
No.
You're not even going to drive your Camaro down a gravel road.
Probably not.
You're going to be like very gingerly with the driving. Gravel is people don't know about gravel.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I was listening to a podcast of mother and daughter, which I love this podcast, but they live in California. And they hike. So they're going into elevations where there might be some snow. But for them, that's where snow is. And they made a comment one time about, does snow even fall on the ground in other places? And I'm like, girls, you don't know snow. But it's like gravel roads too.
Yeah.
We don't, when I picture other people in other states, it's like city.
Yeah.
That's what I picture. So it's fair if they can picture us just sitting in the middle of the cornfield podcasting.
Right. That's what's happening right now. If you listen really closely, you can hear the corn. Nope, that's Gus.
The rustling of the gusling. Oh my God. I do, however, I like to look at guys in baseball outfits.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
There's something very attractive about the baseball outfit.
But why do they need the belts? What's the belt for? All those like coach pants.
Yeah.
They always have those giant belt loops. There's no other pant that is constructed in that way.
No, and they're elastic. You wouldn't need
They're
a
super
belt.
specific looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more I would think the belt is just ornamental.
What about the stirrup things? Is that part of the pant or part of the sock?
I think it's part of the pant. I think they're stirrup pants.
God, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, stirrup pants, man. I used to live in
I'm
those.
just dying, just going, those are stirrup pants. That doesn't matter where. That's so funny.
Keeps your I mean, they make sense. Keep your pant from rolling up.
Yeah.
But
You don't want to trip over your pants.
right, and they wear long pants, but which you
Weird.
have to do because you're sliding.
Oh, yep. That makes sense. That
So you
makes
can't,
sense.
like-
wear shorts and
Yeah, like football pants are like more like capris
yeah.
because they don't. Which is weird though. They do slide and stuff, but I guess
Yeah.
their calves don't get tore up, or maybe baseball players are soft
Yeah.
because that is the.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think baseball itself. People are gonna hate this, but I don't. I think it's so boring.
I find a lot of the sports pretty boring.
Yeah.
I also just don't like I don't like to be around like basketball on the TV because of all the squeaking.
Oh yeah.
Is that a dumb reason not to like sports?
No, I mean
background
It's a
noise.
very grating noise. That
even,
squeaking.
The crowd and whistles.
It's very overstimulating. Yeah.
Yes. And then you've got the announcers on top of that. So I've never liked.
Yeah, announcers annoy me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like to I would prefer if I am going to watch a sport for it to be like sound off.
Yeah.
But, I don't watch sports either though. Occasionally Joel likes to watch basketball.
Yeah.
So, and I've been kind of following Caitlin Clark because I just think her story is cool.
So great.
But I'm not really like
who
into the
doesn't
sports.
love that hometown superstar?
Yeah, if you think about Iowa, think about Caitlin Clark, not about
Yes.
about corn or
That's right.
this baseball team.
Oh my gosh.
So bad. Also, they threw in a little and this is something I think actually does happen in Iowa a lot, maybe. Like this beautiful girl who has the important job.
Oh, I'm so
with
tired
the
of
state,
that.
and she falls in love with Sean Austin, who is the most painfully average dude.
Oh my God.
And not that he, there's anything wrong with him. It's just she's just not in his league.
No.
And I see that with people that, well, she's from Des Moines in the movie, but to me, Des Moines is still pretty small. But like that whole like the woman settling for a guy just because.
Yeah, he does
He's
not
sweet.
have a spark
No.
of anything. But I mean, I love him in 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, as the brother.
And,
That's a good one.
you know, and he gave himself a lisp and he was a funny character in that one.
Yeah, and he was great in Stranger Things.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't have anything against him. It just in this storyline, it's like, oh, he's like an assistant baseball. I mean, your job doesn't define you either, but I'm just saying
This movie
it wouldn't
was
happen
just a favor
because
for someone had to be. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, the story is kind of cool. You know, they won 20. It was their 20th year. Or the 20th time winning the state championship. It was a very like the game was an unlikely win because they were down and everything. But like, so that's another thing that totally would happen in Iowa. Beautiful girl, whatever. And then I thought the moment where Tom Arnold and his dad are sitting out on the porch and they're sitting like so far away from each other, like full arm's length, maybe a little bit more.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know if they were doing that because they thought that's how they would sit, or it's just so they could get the shot off the porch of the sunset, you know?
Sure.
Because they were trying real hard to make this just like the most wholesome thing. But
we
like
are
people
wholesome, though.
It's
we
true.
are.
People from Iowa, when they talk to their dad about their feelings, it has to be an arm's length away. Otherwise, it's gay.
Yeah. No, you don't talk to your dad about your feelings in Iowa. No, bottle those right up. No, but definitely sit at an arm's length.
Yes.
If there's something on your mind.
Yeah. If you go to a movie, you can't sit next to each other in the same seats. You have to have one for your coats in between you.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Oh, sorry. I apologize for our people. But what we're saying is all of this, I guess it's just all this stuff is kind of true about Iowa, but it's like very played up and not even in a, like, I think it would have been better had they like poked fun at it a little.
Yeah.
It was too serious. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why should I care?
Yeah.
Just because I can see a high V in the background.
Yeah. I think the only reason is just, I went to that school. They filmed it in that town. So I could, the train and everything going by the baseball diamond, that is real.
Do you think that the folks who are from Norway and, that the story is about them and they were involved in it, do you think they think it's a good movie?
I don't know. I think they would think it was cool that a movie got made, which I do think that.
It's kind of like something you just pop in your scrapbook and never look at it again.
Exactly.
This happened.
Yeah, this happened.
And we're done.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing, I wouldn't, I didn't research this, but I would just guess that some of those kids on the team probably were in the movie.
Yeah, I would think so.
At some point. Yeah.
Sure. The other thing is about this kind of a movie and this small town, but I mean, I think it's true in big cities too, is that whole glory days thing, and that it definitely, I'm sure, sticks with these people. Like, everything was better when,
Yeah, when I was like doing a little, what I would call it a surface level dive on it, but not deep. But one of the first things that came up was an article about the 20th anniversary, and all the guys got together that were on the team, and a few of the guys they interviewed still lived in Norway.
Oh my!
So they never moved out their whole life.
Because they're a big fucking deal. Mm-hmm. Yep, and they still are.
They're like, yeah, and they get together every year on the anniversary, and
they have the same haircuts.
Yeah,
that they had in high school. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I just can't fathom that because I moved around so much. I don't have that kind of like loyalty to any one place. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine though living in one small town like that for your whole life.
Yeah.
I hope they got out and like traveled a bit.
Maybe a honeymoon to Branson.
I hope they've seen a black person and they're like,
God, right?
I don't know.
Another thing. Small town Iowa.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
Anyway, let's move on because the next movie was very good. So I would say do not watch this movie unless you're from Iowa and want to point out things.
Or unless you think like Tom Arnold or Sean Astin are hot.
Right.
Or interesting at all. Okay. I have 25 words.
Woo!
Finally, for I, Tanya, which was 2017. Okay, here's my 25 words. Precisely. Buckle up. I, Tanya is a movie about bodyguard Sean Eckert, whose training and education has been in the areas of counterespionage and counterterrorism, according to him. And did you deep dive any of these old interviews? I mean,
no, but I want
so funny.
I want to watch these interviews because
I think it was Diane Sawyer, and she was basically just letting him rip on just talk. And what an idiot!
Oh man,
what a fucking idiot!
He was the worst. And I know some. Well, maybe a few people like this. But, I know someone in particular that is also a criminal, and I'm not going to say who it is. I guess because I don't know.
Maybe you shouldn't.
I don't want to give him attention. Anyway, he's somebody that's like kind of related to me, but not anymore.
Oh, okay.
So like he was married to someone I'm related to, and now they're divorced.
Okay.
Anyway, but him and his wife went on a crime spree.
Neat.
Stealing things from car washes and churches. Like they would come in and like steal the change.
Weird.
And they did it in like, I don't know, dozens of places. And when they got arrested, he couldn't keep his mouth shut about everywhere that they'd fucking
he made it
stolen
worse.
from.
Oh God.
Yes.
Did you hear on the news just the other day there was a robbery at an eyeglass world? Okay, they didn't take any money.
Yeah.
But they took a bunch of pairs of glasses.
Okay.
Glasses. What are they going to do with glasses? Like frames.
Not even like sunglasses, just like glasses.
Oh, maybe they were sunglasses.
They could resell those.
They said frames. Yeah, but God damn.
They don't have that many sunglasses in there.
Why are you going to rob an eyeglass world?
Yeah, it doesn't seem worth the risk, right?
I think that would be something that the employees would be wholly unprepared for. This is a robbery.
Yeah.
And just, you know, those the way that they're on the displays,
yeah.
You just give me all your glasses. Wow. Hey, crime spree.
Digress.
What kind of crime spree would you go on if you
if I wasn't gonna get caught or anything?
Yeah.
I'd probably like rob a bank.
You would?
Something I just go give me some money.
Give me some money.
Yeah.
I might just smash up cars with my car. No, with someone else's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Just be very destructive. I need that in my life sometimes. I go to a smash room.
Yeah.
Ugh. I think back to Tanya.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh God, didn't we just go off topic?
Yeah. So this is his bodyguard is the star of the movie.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But
which he is the reason they're all in this pickle.
He is an absolute dipshit. And when was he actually her bodyguard? I think he was just Jeff Galooly's bud.
Yeah, like they don't ever show them together.
No. And he lives in his parents' basement. When they have to make the phone call, when Jeff Galooly's trying to win Tanya back, and they're yelling up the stairs, "Mom, can you dial that number again?"
Yeah.
And they've got the long phone cord. Oh my God. And they did that like 3 times.
Yeah.
Poor mom. But you've been there, right? You've done that.
Yeah. Just keep the cord in our house. I feel like as the years went by, it just got longer and longer.
Yep.
So you could and we had like an island kind of like a walk through thing, and I could walk all the way around and then back.
Oh man. They were just saying another thing on the news. I think I saw it on the Today Show that, landlines, they're gone. They're as good as gone. And they showed a couple of clips like from Sleepless in Seattle when Meg Ryan's in the kitchen and she's talking on the phone and she wraps it all the way around and into the closet and she's talking on the phone. Oh man, and that was such a long cord like that. It's like, wow. I mean, that was coveted. You're like, like, oh, you go and buy an extra long cord and you think you got it made in the shade. Yeah. I can talk while I'm sitting on the couch. You know? I can't even.
I hate talking on the phone now.
I don't mind it.
I feel like
because I can do it in the car.
Yeah. I just I always feel like I have a hard time hearing people on the phone.
Oh,
So that might be my thing about it now. Yeah. But I used to love it. Like, you know, you would call your friends and talk for like hours.
Yes. But then a shift to where all we did was text. And it's weird to call somebody. But I do have one friend who calls me when she's walking her dogs. Yeah. Or, you know, when she's driving in the car, and I've kind of grown to like it. Yeah. And then, so I've started calling my friends and, you know, initially they're like, okay, that's weird. But it's like old times. You don't always have to have something to say or a reason. You just want to talk to your friends. Yeah. Anyway, Tanya. It's such a good movie.
I loved this movie so much.
See?
It was so good. And like, I really didn't, you know, I was young when this happened. Because the 1994, right, is when the incident happened. So I was 10.
Okay.
I do remember it happening, and I remember watching those Olympics and remembering that there was like something going on with those two, and it was a big deal.
Yes.
But I didn't, you know all this other stuff.
Oh my God.
Like, I guess I never looked into it.
It was a huge deal.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, and it is, and I like that they didn't throw Nancy Kerrigan in here in the movie, except that one, you know, scene basically. But Nancy Kerrigan was the beautiful princess, the good, perfect one, and Tanya was the white trash. And it was we were definitely steered that way.
Yeah, I remember that it was good and bad, and Tanya was bad.
But also, I mean, she wasn't as polished physically, but her skating was incredible. Nancy Kerrigan's skating was very good, but I don't think she was doing the same, you know, athletic jumps and stuff, but she looked so pretty and blah, 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 but she also was a bitch. I mean, she did. There is that one scene where Tanya's like, did you see when she, you know, got the silver and she looked like she just stepped in poo or whatever. She said poo. And then when she did at the Olympics, after the Olympics, and I think I should have looked this up for sure. You know, when they say something like, I'm going to Disney World or whatever, again, she was just pissy. And it was captured on all the camera. I mean, that would have been a viral moment then. That would have been a meme.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%. Just that look on her face and whatever it was she said. And it's like fucking Mickey Mouse. Come on. I mean, you got to remember that little girls everywhere are looking up to you. And that's hard, I think, to be in that kind of spotlight or to not realize that. But I could see, I mean, you're a sports figure. You're like an artist in a way. You're just trying to deal with your craft. But you're in the public eye.
Yeah.
Ugh,
well,
anyway.
yeah. One of the things I wrote down was like, I can't believe that Tanya even made it to the Olympics.
I know.
Because she's getting beat up by her husband.
She's got everything
her mom
against
tells her mom is the worst, man.
So great.
So bad. She does a great job at it, yes.
Yes.
But it's like so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because your mom is supposed to be the one person that, like, you know, supports you and loves you, and she won't even say she loves her.
No.
She doesn't, I don't think. I don't know.
It's hard to understand why she would do everything to push Tanya, you know, to help her be successful in skating, but then also just be so, I mean, like, why bother then?
She's so resentful, and she kind of pushed her into it. Not kinda. She did. She was 4.
But then, she kind of, 4 years old. And that's amazing in the first place that she could skate at 4. How precious.
I wish there was like video of that somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But her mom doesn't seem like somebody that was videotaping her.
No. She was smoking.
Yeah. She was smoking clove. Or for those cloves? I don't know. They were brown.
I think they were more cigarettes.
Okay.
Those were long, skinny, and brown.
Okay. The only brown cigarettes I've ever seen have been cloves.
Just nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty. I used to work at Perkins, and there was I'm not going to name her name, but she was a local kids TV show host on public television. And she would come and I would wait on their family at Perkins, and just one after another of these long brown cigarettes. And I just couldn't put the two of them together. I'm like, here she's doing crafts on TV for kids, and then she's just a chain smoker. Yeesh. Oh my God. And her daughter had a beard. So that's a whole different thing.
So what you're saying is our lives are white trash, just like Tanya.
Yes.
I definitely feel, I saw a lot of myself in her, but my, not as in her upbringing. Mine is much more supported than that, but like in the feeling like you're not polished enough because you don't have money.
Yeah.
Which she had a really, this is also a sewing movie.
Yes.
Because she learns how to sew and does all her things. And I love when she goes to
just like
her
Pretty in
husband.
Pink.
Yes. When she goes to her husband, she goes, puts it on him, and go up next to him and goes, does this need more tulle? And I thought, yes, the answer is always yes.
Always yes. Man, I mean, she worked her ass off. It's too bad that she had bad hair and wasn't very pretty.
Yeah.
The hair. I feel like
somebody could have helped her with that.
Somebody could have helped her with
her
that.
Coach could have been like, hey, let's
her
straighten your hair.
coach got far enough to have her take off her polish, her dark nail polish, and her makeup didn't ever really get any better. Yikes, on that. But still, like you said, she's getting beat up by her husband. She's getting, degraded by her own mother. She's poor.
And she's muscular.
And muscular.
They don't like that for some reason, which is wild.
In the Olympics?
Yeah.
Or in figure skating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just like ballet or whatever. You have to be crazy strong to be able to do all that stuff, but you're not allowed to look like it.
Right. Right.
And she was like a little more muscular, but that's also why she could do a triple.
Right. Well, and her training.
Yeah.
With the bag of dog food up the hill. And when they break the fourth wall, I love that every single time. And the coach looks
really
back.
Did this.
Yeah, she really did this.
This too.
Yes.
That was great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And this was a fourth wall moment, but like the most powerful scene probably is when Margot Robbie is sitting there just trying to like hold it together, putting her makeup on. And she's like crying.
Yeah.
And like putting her makeup on, and then she starts smiling like, can I fake it?
Yeah.
Can I fake it? And you're just like, oh.
I was so pleased that it was Margot Robbie. And I mean, it took me a minute and I was like, that's Barbie.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had seen this movie so many times before. And although she's very, very good in this role, she didn't stick out to me to go like, who is that? And now that she's, that we've seen her in Barbie, and then we watched Wolf of Wall Street. And this movie, and I'm like, oh, wow, I have actually seen her acting in a lot of things. And I love her. There was a Barbie moment in this movie where she goes, what if I'm not smart enough?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that sounded just like Barbie. She's the best. Allison Janney, who plays her mom too. How come we've got to do so many more movies with her in it.
Yeah.
I can't believe we haven't stumbled on something else that she's been in so far, because we've had so many overlaps. And she is so good.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie when they show real and then the mom and the fucking bird.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Oh my God, did she nail it? Wow.
Yeah, that was wild. Oh, I love the fur coat.
Oh my
I think,
God.
also when they, poor Tanya. But her dad made her a fur coat out of the rabbits because they couldn't afford it. And I thought that was great. And that she was like still wearing it when she was 15.
Was that the same one?
Or it was still a rabbit fur coat.
Oh my God.
For sure.
Yeah,
I think
well,
it was,
she had a hand in shooting those rabbits too.
Yeah. And when she goes to meet up with Jeff for one of the first times, she's wearing that and she's like, we're just going through hard times right now. Like, we used to have money.
Yeah.
I have a fur coat.
God.
Isn't
It's
that
so
so sad?
sad. But then she helps him fix his car. She's more useful in every capacity than anyone else.
I think Jeff is really the main villain of this.
Oh, he's horrible.
Because the bodyguard guy, like, he did some bad shit, but he's just so freaking stupid that I don't think he meant it maliciously.
No, he is living in a fantasy.
Yeah, he's not well. And neither is Jeff, clearly.
Not right.
But Jeff was not stupid, and he's now like lying.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to believe that he's the liar because I don't see what Tanya would have to gain about lying about him beating her up and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Plus, when a woman says that about a guy, he usually did it. And then he was like, "Yeah, none of that stuff ever happened. I never hit her. I didn't know about.
She abused me.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was actually gonna hit this girl with a pipe.
Right.
Which I don't believe either.
But at the end, when they're interviewing him in in the future or whatever.
Yeah.
And he says, like, he literally admits and realizes that he fucking ruined her career.
Yeah.
Absolutely ruined it. I mean, I could not imagine being her or just having a passion for anything and that's all I've ever done and then being told you're banned from that. At one point I thought I had read that she was coaching skaters. But can you imagine who's after all that stuff, you're a mom or a student and you're like, yeah, Tanya Harding is my coach. She's a pariah now.
Yeah.
But and the lady boxer thing, do you remember that?
I kind of remember that, yeah. I remember more that they did do you remember the claymation show that MTV had? And it was like Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
They had a Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding one.
Oh, that's funny. Wow, claymation. Also, that's also something you'll probably never see again. Now that we've got all the technology. Oh, we should do a claymation podcast. See you in 10 years when it's done.
I was gonna say, it would never get done.
The guy at Seven Brew today asked about the podcast and whether it's growing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said, we have tens of listeners. So, tell your friends.
Yeah.
We need more bean flickers to join us. Then they said Tanya's career now is landscaping, deck building, and house painting. Yeah. I love that journey for her. She did have skills. I mean, she said I'm unskilled, but she did have skills. Yeah. She could fix cars. She could fucking chop wood. She could fix cars. She could drive cars. Yeah. She could apparently build decks.
Yeah.
She does chop wood every morning.
She looks like she chopped wood this morning.
Oh my God.
Well, so what does that mean? That means she's just rough around the edges.
Or maybe looked bulky.
Too muscular,
maybe, yeah. I mean, it boiled down to the image.
Yeah.
And like you said, they don't want somebody with muscles. They want you to look like a princess on the ice, not bulky. You think about, when I think about Nancy Kerrigan, I think about that she's wearing a white, kind of wispy, part kind of see-through, maybe on the shoulders. Like I remember it, but I remember it also not being sparkly, not being particularly gaudy at all. She was just like a princess.
Yeah, I definitely, and I would not doubt that her team said put her in something like that on purpose.
Of course.
To be like, let's play this up.
Yep, of course. Do you believe that they were actually friends?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. And they pigged out on pizza?
I don't know about that part.
Yeah, I mean, God, I can't. So when you're gonna be practicing your skating on the rink 8 hours a day, 8 hours a day. So how does that even work? You go to school and then, oh, you don't go to school
She didn't.
at all.
Well, she dropped out of high school.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. But still, you're still practicing that much. You're basically spending all your time there. You're peeing on the ice because your mom won't let you off. I just don't understand the mom and why she was like that.
I don't know. Obviously, she was, continuing a cycle with her mom because she mentions that she hated her mother too.
Yeah.
Which is always how that stuff goes down, is that you don't understand how to be a mom because you didn't have a good one.
Right.
And then, I guess. But like,
so
it's weird that, she did love her, I think, because of how hard she pushed her. She wanted her to have a better life.
Right.
But she also resented her.
Right.
So, I mean,
She
both things can be true, but
refused to show that she was ever proud of her. Oh, that's rough.
yeah, your daughter was literally the best skater at one point in the world. She was the first woman in the U.S., right?
Yep.
Or the first woman ever.
In the U.S. for sure.
Yeah. I think it was ever.
Yeah.
To do the triple axel.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I actually didn't know that about Tonya Harding.
I know, right?
Until I watched this movie and I was like, man, that really sucks that it's a sad story that this one girl, like, she got a little bit of shine.
Yeah.
And everybody around her just couldn't handle that and wanted to take it from her.
Yeah.
And they succeeded.
That is just tragic.
Yeah.
It's tragic.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck them.
Fuck all the Jeffs and what's the bodyguard's name again?
Sean Eckhart.
Sean Eckhart.
Let's get that name out there. You'll have to watch the full interview with Diane Sawyer. I think it was Diane Sawyer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I do want to, because they do show at the end of that the clips of the interviews.
Yes. Everybody just nailed it. They all looked exactly like who they were portraying.
Yeah, and like now knowing, Margot Robbie, because of being in other stuff, she's obviously very gorgeous.
Yeah.
But they did a good job of like making her look normal.
Downplaying her, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said that when she's crying and putting her makeup on, that is an ugly cry. When they've got her wearing braces and she does all these funny, like, insecure things with her mouth, kind of, it's like, yeah. But fuck, did you have braces?
I did.
Yeah. I liked them.
I actually remember, because all my friends got them before I did, so I was kind of like, oh, I get to have braces too. And I'm glad I had them because my teeth are pretty bad. But
oh yeah, me too.
I had what they called a crossbite,
okay,
which is like half over, half under. So my front two teeth were like, burp.
Oh, that's weird. Crossbite. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
you did start.
I'm very thankful.
More and more interesting every day. Crossbite.
Shout out to my parents for springing for that for me, because I know it is not cheap going through both of the boys having braces.
Oh gosh.
But, seeing those bills.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's not cheap. You're right. But yeah.
But it was good. I'm glad it happened. It is uncomfortable though at first. But
well, think about, what if people just let them go? What if everybody had crooked teeth?
Yeah.
We'd just be used to it.
It would just be Britain.
Right?
I don't think that's really true so much anymore, but there's still a little bit of it.
There is modern dentistry, but they also drink a lot of tea.
Yeah.
They flick their bags instead of their peas.
No, they teabag.
They teabag. That's it. I'm sorry. I knew that. Teabagging. Oh my god.
But they
Teabaggins. It's Bilbo's distant cousin.
Sean Astin.
Oh my god.
Full circle.
Oh my god. I didn't even connect the dots when I said it.
Yeah.
I kid you not. This is the room where it happens, folks. Oh my god. So you're going to watch I, Tanya over and over?
Probably.
It's so good.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was done really well. I do have a question, and whether this is something that you noticed or not. Are they like superimposing Margot's face onto a dancer while she's skating?
I wondered the same thing.
Because it looks kind of weird sometimes when she's spinning, like her face doesn't quite match.
Right. I'm not sure. I wondered if they weren't using old footage, but it wasn't. Because when they did show the old footage, the quality was different from film.
Yeah.
But, yeah, great question. How is that accomplished?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look that up, but I would be curious if anybody out there knows.
Yeah.
But there's definitely moments where Margot Robbie's skating for some of it, and then they do that thing where they never really show her top and her bottom together.
Got it,
because I'm sure
yeah.
her feet work aren't, Olympic quality.
Right.
But yeah, there's some scenes where she's like spinning really fast or like whatever, and her face kind of like changes, and you can kind of see it like it's glitching.
Yeah.
And I think what they're doing is putting her face onto somebody else.
Yeah. Well, interesting.
Yeah.
How else are they going to show it, know? Because the movies would not be as great if all actors had to do their own stunts.
It's all very true. Yeah. I love the like pictures you see of famous celebrities like with their stunt doubles.
Yes.
And sometimes they don't look anything like
Sometimes it's a different gender.
Yeah.
That would be a fun job.
It would.
Or just a stand-in. You don't have to have any talent to do that.
It's true. There's people, well, maybe not as much anymore because...
Wait, I hope I didn't offend a stand-in.
Oh, no. There's people that
talent.
do that, like, that's their job. They go and they, you can make a couple $100s a day at it.
That's
and if
awesome.
If you can get, enough casting. But that was one of the things that they were striking about, was that they didn't want them to get rid of those kind of jobs
Okay.
by AI, because you can like fill a crowd with a computer now. You don't need the extras. And also like extras getting their likeness used over and over again and not getting paid for it. That was one of the things that they were like fighting with the unions about.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where it landed, but they made an agreement.
That's got to be a
back.
thing where you sell your face. Here's my face. You can use it again and again. Weird.
Yeah.
Once I thought I saw myself in the audience at David Letterman show on TV. And it literally, I thought I was looking at my twin wearing a sweater that I have.
That was your doppelganger.
I know.
That's wild.
I know. Yeah. Or
never happened
it's
to me.
Another alternate reality.
Could be. You're watching a different timeline.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of David Letterman, was that at the very end of the movie and they were kind of showing some of the David Letterman did his top 10 list? Yes. Okay. And I was like, I used to watch that show religiously. I was the right age to where I would just roll over laughing at everything he said and did. So, but I don't know. He's a little bit more of an old man now.
Yeah. I never.
He's got a huge beard.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
A wild, hairy beard.
I was always more of a Conan gal.
Oh, yeah.
I watched him a lot in like college and shortly after that.
Gus, nobody was talking about you.
We are Conan. You are Conan.
That's what, yeah, that made him jump up when you said Conan. That
It's
is
okay.
for sure your last name.
Yeah.
There it be. All right then.
That wraps it up. Go watch I, Tanya, but not the final season, unless you want to take a nap. If you're the kind of person that likes to nap to baseball in the afternoons, this is the movie for you.
Yes. All right. Okay, there. Okay, so for next week, the topic is...
weird sex.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, I know what I'm picking.
Okay, me too.
What is yours?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, God, yes. I haven't seen that in a hot second.
I've never seen it.
And that was when Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were married.
Yes.
And there's another weird combination because she's tall and he's not.
Yeah.
My movie is Exit to Eden, starring Rosie O'Donnell.
Ooh.
And that will be a real treat.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Everybody loves flicking beans.
Woohoo!